With a new IPO being spoken about in the news every couple of weeks, one question that always haunts, confuses, or just gets the investors thinking is whether I should invest in this particular IPO or not. If you're one such investor, please watch this video until the end, and hopefully you'll get some new perspective with regards to whether you should invest in a particular IPO or not. If you're new to this channel, or if you're just watching a video after a couple of weeks, months, hello and namaste, I'm Manish Ahuja, founder of Paycheck to Profit, India's first online based community and ecosystem which is helping you manage your money mindset, strengthen your money mindset, learn about how you can get rid of your money blocks, manage your money, and learn how to invest your money. Basically everything that schools and colleges should have taught you about money, but they didn't. In the earlier videos this month, I have spoken to you about what exactly are shares, what is an IPO. So just in case if you've not seen those videos, please scroll down a little below, and in the description box, you will find a link to a playlist which is going to put all the videos of month of March 2021 in one playlist, so you can binge watch and get to know about all the different concepts of shares and how you should invest in shares and whether you should invest in shares to begin with. Getting back to the original topic, why should you invest in an IPO, or how should you decide whether you should invest in an IPO or not? So basically, just to give you a very small and brief recap, an IPO is when a company is listing their shares of their company on the stock markets for the first time. So which company logically would want to list their shares on the stock markets? Somebody which is doing good profits, a company which is planning to grow and needs a lot of capital, and because they don't want to raise further capital from investors or through financial institutions, or just because the investors want to now get an exit, which is not a bad thing. Watch my earlier video and you'll know that investors who've invested in a company for 5, 7, 10, 15 years eventually want to exit, and the money that will now reach the balance sheet of the company will be used for further growth of the company. Okay, so figure out, see, every company, this one video can only give you the mindset that you need before you decide whether you should invest in an IPO or not. Every company listing an IPO will have different reasons, will have a different industry, will have different financial ratios, will have a different balance sheet, will have a different logic and reason to come up with their shares to get listed on the IPO. So use this video to create a plinth of understanding based on which you should then analyze every IPO differently, separately, individually. Okay, figure out what company is getting listed, what industry are they in, what kind of work are they doing within the industry. Let's say if it's a biscuit or confectionery making company, you know what are the other companies which are listed in the stock markets in the same industry, right? So do you know about this particular company? Have you ever used their products? Can you actually vouch for the quality of the product? How well known is the brand? What kind of customers are they targeting? What kind of companies are they competing with? Are they directly competing with a particular company, or are they competing indirectly? For an example, a company which is a hospitality company which is floating their shares in the stock market for the first time, but all of their hotels are budget hotels. They are not directly competing with the 5 stars of the world, right? They are in the hospitality space, but within the hospitality space, their target customer is the budget customer. And so you can't directly compare a budget hotel company to a company which has only star hotels. Okay, but you can still get an understanding. What are the parameters within the hospitality industry that you're supposed to focus on? What is the average room rate? What is the average occupancy rate of a particular hotel? Is the average occupancy rate of this particular company which is now listing itself on the IPO, is it on the similar scale or not? Is the financials of the company having a similar understanding or standing when it comes to the financial ratios? Why are financial ratios important? Because it's not necessary that every company will have a very similar balance sheet, right? But when you boil down the balance sheet, when you boil down the numbers of the balance sheet, which is basically the revenues, the profits, the kind of assets that the company has, the kind of debts that the company has, when you boil it down to simple ratios, it becomes very easy to compare a 100 crore company with a 5,000 crore company. Is it the are ratios the only benchmark that you should look at? Absolutely not. That is why I'm telling you, this particular video will give you the understanding. First, understand the company, understand the industry, understand the standing of this particular company within the industry. Okay, what kind of brand does it have? Also look at the promoters. Who are the promoters of the company? What kind of work have they done in the past? Is it a conglomerate? Is this particular company a part of a huge conglomerate? And then, because we don't have too many conglomerates in India, I don't want to take names. Okay, but is this a conglomerate which has hotels, which has electronic stores, which has presence in retail, which has presence in automobiles? If this particular conglomerate is launching or listing a company which is, let's say, into glass manufacturing, it becomes very easy for you to decide, because it is being backed by a very strong name. It is being backed by very reliable promoters. But at the same time, if an absolutely new company is coming up and the promoters are not known, does that make it a bad company? Absolutely not. Even this conglomerate, when it got listed about 50, 60, 100 years ago, they were very small at that point of time. Just try to understand the pulse of the company, of why they want to get listed. Understand the pulse of the promoter. Why are they getting their company listed? What is the most important thing that you should definitely look at is, what is the intention of the company to list? When they raise capital from the markets, once that money comes into the share, once that money comes into the balance sheet of the company, what do they intend to do with the company? Do they want to reduce their debt? Do they want to expand? Do they want to invest in a completely different business altogether? What are the other analysts talking about when it comes to the IPO of this particular company? This may seem like a lot of work, but believe me, the more you invest, not your money, your time, your understanding, your effort, this process becomes easier with every IPO. Today, if I want to invest in a particular IPO, one particular news article, a few videos, and just understanding the pulse of the company and the market is more than enough for me. It does not take me more than half an hour to 1 hour for my research to know whether I want to invest my money in a particular IPO or not. So it's a skill that you'll have to build, but even to build that skill, you will have to put in some effort. Do not invest in a company that you don't understand. Do not invest just because the entire world is promoting it. More than half of the promotion today, more than half of the hoopla that gets created today is PR. I hope this video has given you some new perspectives to think about next time before you want to invest in a particular IPO. If you have any questions with regards to share markets, IPO, or anything to do with money, please go down into the comment section below the like button and ask me your questions, and I'll do my best to answer them for you in my future videos, or I can just answer them for you in the comment itself. I hope you've liked this one. If you're still watching, thank you so much, and please do not forget to support us by just taking 5 seconds and liking this video. I'll now see you in the next video. Until then, please keep smiling, take care of your loved ones, and stay happy. Kaching!